You've been there, right? You pour your heart and soul into a piece of work, and then someone questions it. That gut punch, that instant feeling of wanting to defend yourself, it's totally natural, but honestly, it can also hold you back. So today, we're going to tackle that head on. We're going to master a skill called impartiality, and we'll do it by following the story of an apprentice, just like you.
So, meet Jody. She's a level 6 project controls apprentice over at IBIS Stores. She's smart, she's doing great work on some pretty big projects, but you know what happens when you start getting noticed? You also start getting scrutinized.
And then it happens. That moment. Her line manager, Real Lowell, hits her with a question. Jody, your cost forecast is 15% over baseline. Can you justify that? Now, this is a totally standard project governance question, but to Jody, oh, it felt like a direct attack.
And what did she do? Her first instinct was to get defensive. She started defending herself, not her data. She took it personally. And look, that's such a common trap to fall into, but it was also the moment that was about to change everything for her.
Okay, so after that pretty rough meeting, Jody did the smart thing. She reached out to her support network. And this is where the light bulb really starts to go on about what actually just happened and what this thing called Behavior B6 is all about.
Her mentor, Adam, just nails it. He says, Jody, the problem wasn't the data, it was the response. He explained that being challenged like that is a normal, healthy part of the job. The real learning opportunity wasn't in her spreadsheet, it was in her reaction. And then he introduced her to the game changer, Behavior B6, impartiality.
So, what on earth is B6? Well, think of it like this. You need to be a detective, not a defendant. When someone questions your work, your job isn't to get on the stand and defend your honor. Nope. Your job is to calmly present the facts of the case by pointing to the evidence.
And you can see the difference so clearly here. On the left, that's Jody's first reaction, right? It feels personal, it's based on opinion, and it fights back. But on the right, that's the pro move. Seeing a challenge is just part of the process, relying on hard data. It's the huge difference between saying, well, I think, and saying, okay, let me show you the data. And why does this matter so much? Because this is how you build trust. It's a total game changer. When people see you respond with evidence, not emotion, they see a credible professional. They trust your work. And that trust, that's what gets your projects approved and builds your entire career.
All right, so knowing what impartiality is, that's the easy part. But actually doing it when you're under pressure, when you feel that defensive wall going up, that's a whole other ballgame. So let's look at how Jody turned this idea into an actual habit.
This is where her coach, Olivia, steps in. She helps Jody see that this isn't about flipping a switch. It's like building muscle. You don't just decide to be strong, you have to go to the gym, do the reps, and build that strength over time. It's a new habit.
And here's the workout plan Olivia gave her. It's a simple 3-step routine. Step 1, just listen. Don't jump in. Let them finish, take a breath, and then say something simple like, that's a fair question. Step 2, state the evidence. Go straight to the data, the assumptions, the baseline. And finally, step 3, stay objective. This is the big one. Remember, it's about the project, not you.
You know, this right here is the absolute core of it. It's a total mindset shift. You have to start seeing that every single question, every bit of feedback, isn't a criticism of you. It's part of the process that makes the project better and safer. It's essential. Once you truly get that, the defensiveness just melts away.
So Jody's got the knowledge, she's got the tools, but this is an apprenticeship. She has to prove it. So how do you actually show a change in your behavior in your portfolio? How do you get the credit for this growth?
Fast forward a month, it's showtime. Riedel challenges Jody again, this time about a risk register on a totally different project. This is it. This is her chance to put all that practice into action.
And look at this response. Night and day, right? She acknowledges the point, she references the evidence, the project charter, and she offers to talk through it constructively. No emotion, no defensiveness, just a calm, confident, professional response. That's what it looks like. Okay, perfect. You've had a moment just like this. You handled the challenge like a pro. Now, how do you get that down on paper? How do you log it in your portfolio on a system like Aptum so your assessor sees it and you get the credit you absolutely deserve?
You've got to gather the proof. Your best weapon is a solid reflective statement where you tell the story. But you can make it even stronger. You can include the email chain where you got the feedback, show a before and after version of a report you updated, and this is a big one.
Get an email or comment from your manager that specifically mentions your objective approach.
And here's what a great reflection looks like. See how Jody doesn't just say what she did? She explains why she did it, linking it straight back to the behavior. And then, crucially, she talks about the impact it had. It built trust. That's the magic formula. What you did, why you did it, and the positive result.
The portfolio is looking strong, but there's one last mountain to climb, the endpoint assessment. You've got to be ready to talk about this stuff live in your professional discussion.
So it's time for the final boss battle, the EPA. Her mentor, Adam, starts running her through some practice questions, and this is a classic. The assessor wants to know that you haven't just memorized the definition. They want to hear that you get it, that you've really internalized what impartiality is all about.
And this is a distinction-level answer. It's perfect, it's short, it's confident, and it hits all the key words: evidence, assumptions, baselines. But then she adds that last bit, seeing it as a key part of effective governance. That shows she understands the bigger picture. That's how you really impress an assessor.
Here's another one they love to ask. They want a story. They want you to prove you can walk the talk. This is your chance to share your own Jody moment. Have a real example ready to go that shows how you took feedback on board and it made your work better.
And that's the journey. Through that cycle of getting feedback, really thinking about it, and then practicing, Jody completely transformed. She went from being a defensive apprentice to a confident, credible, evidence-led professional. That is the incredible power of mastering behavior B6.
Jody's story is a fantastic blueprint, but now it's about you. Your next challenge, your next tough question is right around the corner. It's coming. So the only real question is, how are you going to respond? Remember Jody, take a breath and choose evidence over emotion.